All right, let's kick it off with a GU for our outlook today. GU is having a phenomenal reaction after the inducement of our decisional of that hourly extreme break. That is our hourly leg there. Perfect structure cycle looking like it could potentially play out, which will have it disregard all the points inside of this bearish leg here. Now, I'm not saying it's going to do that, but given the momentum, I'm not going to be surprised if it does. However, I am still happy to follow with the bearish momentum that we have externally on the 15 minute. So I am happy to sell. Ideally, though, I would rather buy. So any sells that I look at will be short-term sells into buy positions. However, given this momentum, I don't think it's going to give us a chance. I think we're just going to plow through exactly where we are right now, and it's going to give it a big middle finger up and say, fuck you. And yeah, not going to give us any sort of reaction from it. I will not be trying to sell against this momentum like that. So automatically, I'm pretty well, yeah, in a spot here where I'm just going to be sitting on the sidelines today, letting it do its thing. Look at that momentum. Look at that. That thing is flying. That's the 1 minute range. Oh my God. Yeah, so I may as well just wrap up this momentum, wrap up this outlook now and catch this tomorrow because yeah, bullish, 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 bullish. Look at it, it's just gonna plow through this decision like it's nothing. Look at it. Oh, there we go. A little bit of a reaction. Cool. That's all it's going to give. Maybe we've induced inside the decisional now. It's just going to absolutely obliterate this point. May get a bit of a reaction after we take it, but yeah, at this stage, look, I'd be happy to sell potentially off the inducement of that. What we do have though, if I get back to the actual outlook of what we have with structure rather than just being mesmerized by the bullish price action. Yesterday we obviously broke this high, which we were looking at. Didn't give an opportunity to sell. Did come down and mitigate this area, which is the decisional of that breaker structure just there. Formed a new range. So now we're this low. Yeah, look at it, just obliterated that point. Said, fuck you. Didn't care about it. Did not care. Yeah, so this low to this high is our current internal 15-minute range, really. You do have a tiny little bit of retest inside of here, which this did sweep. However, I'm not viewing this as retest. I'm more actually viewing that as my retest, and now push. So, yeah, wow. Uh, yeah, this I'm just shocked at how much this thing's just pushing. Today's literally going to be a no trading day. Jeez. Okay. Yeah, so this may end up working as our new internal range, with this being obviously retest. However, at the very least, this is a 5 minute external leg, and this is retest of that. I am happy to buy here given it is a supply to demand area. So if we can induce it, I'll be happy to buy off the back of it. Also understanding that this area here did sweep a little bit of liquidity, and we are very, very filled down here. There's some 5 minute imbalances, but that's about it. However, do I think it's going to get there? No. If it does get there, it's going to take ages. So we're just going to probably sit on our hands for a little bit here. We are now in our extreme area. You can literally mark out the whole area as your extreme. However, I do think it's going to get absolutely tortured. It's had a phenomenal inducement into the mitigation of it, but I don't think it's going to do anything. I reckon it's probably just going to keep on flying through it. That will be a really good inducement. However, we cannot do anything against this momentum. Well, I won't be anyway because it doesn't fit my rules, so I won't be touching it. Yeah. Okay. I'm actually going to set an alert there because I would be happy to sell through that point, given where we are, if we come back down there. Because I do have liquidity targets underneath. So you do have that aspect of it. If we were to get something like this, I'd be happy to sell through this area, targeting all of that liquidity that we've got built up there, and following along with the fact that this point, although it's probably going to end up being a smart money trap, is the extreme of that whole leg just there. We have had a phenomenal inducement into it. It does make sense to give a reaction. However, given the hourly momentum, it makes sense to get pushed through. However, I'd be happy to catch the sell down to here to bring in the buyers and then look for the buy back up. It may even come down to somewhere like this, inducing the decisional of that break and then give that run up from there. So sweet. We can see it's giving a bit of a reaction now. I'm not going to get trapped in that initial reaction though. I'm going to look for some sort of structure to be built and then I'll sell through the smart money trap portion of it. My Lord, look at EU. It's doing the exact same thing. All right, sweet. Cool, awesome. It did end up buying through off the inducement of that point yesterday. Like I said, in my outlook, didn't give a chance to get in it. There was no way you could buy it. Yeah, nothing you could do with it. Obviously, it didn't give us opportunities to sell, like we were looking for sells and that sort of stuff as well. Is what it is. No stress. We knew we wanted to buy down here. Just didn't give us an opportunity to get in it. We knew we had potential to sell up here. Didn't give us a chance to get in it as well. We just had to sit on the sidelines and watch. But the outlook was absolutely spot on. This point, although it's the extreme, is going to now become the decisional point. Sorry, a smart money trap point, given the fact of momentum into it. It is bullish and the inducement of the hourly decisional point. So what I'm looking for on EU is nothing. Zilch. I'll sell through this point. If we can come down. Ah, see, I don't even want to sell through there. I got nothing to target. I'm not going to do shit. I'm going to leave it. Whatever. I'm not trading today. This is hectic. I want to buy it. I don't want to sell it. Probably just not going to trade, quite frankly. Oh my God, look at AU. AU is bullish as well. So AU, we did end up respecting this extreme demand, which was super, super valid. This structure in here was just average. Yeah, if you were looking for buys, I believe there was an opportunity in here yesterday to buy it through this point being a smart money trap. However, it's just not the analysis that I had for myself. Been just sitting inside of this leg here. I had that as the one singular bearish leg, and yeah, at this point, more or less been a smart money trap. So all good. But yeah, AU, AU's at, yeah, it's decisional of the first internal break. Again, should be a smart money trap. But I'm actually keen if we can come down here and take that, I will buy AU. So I want to target this. I want to target the inducement. If we can pull down and confirm this point as a smart money trap, I will buy through that. You've also got the decisional point here of that internal 15-minute break. Well, what's the DXY crossing? Oh, don't tell me that. Oh, that's going to be the 15 external break on the DXY, I believe, or the extreme mitigation, one of the two. Yeah, so if we can come in there, I'll buy it. I'm not going to sell it though. I'm not going to do anything for sales. I'm not selling against this momentum. It's just ludicrous. Yeah, cool. Decisional mitigation, sweet. Look how bearish the DXY is. Let's look at the DXY. Yes, so we are mitigating the decisional of our 4 hour leg. Obviously following along with that structure cycle. Nice. Look at how thick those candles are. My, wow. Jeez. Okay. All right. And we are mitigating. I believe there's something of imbalance down here. Yep, you got that 30-minute points. Probably a smidge of imbalance in there at this point as well. I'm glad it's already set to be a smart money trap because I don't need to change the color of that. That point's going to get slaughtered. And if it doesn't, I'm not going to be doing anything from it anyway. So, yeah, what I'm looking for today. What I'm looking for is for structure to develop for me to do something with tomorrow. At the very most, I may look for some sort of a very short-term sell through somewhere like this to target some of the liquidity down here to just play the smart money trap reaction from this point. That's it. That's it. Like I've said, AU I will buy. AU's got the most potential right now because it does have structure for us to be able to use for buys. And that is fairly close to that 50% of Asia. So I'm happy to work with that. There might even be something on the 5 minute. Oh, would you look at that? There's a little 5 minute piece of retest there. Hoorah. But yeah, guys, that's about it. There's which is so bullish. There's just nothing we can work with here. It's just nothing. Like it makes sense to give reactions from where it is, but if you try and sell against this, yeah, your rules are different to mine. I'm just gonna say that. I want to follow with the momentum of the market, not go against it. Not when it's like that. That's just ludicrous. Yeah, sweet news. We get news an hour and 45 minutes into London session. So that's just Gov Bailey speaking, nothing too crazy. I don't believe there's really anything else other than that. We've got orange folder following along with it, and then a little bit of orange folder in New York. That was it. Yep, cool. Forex Factory doesn't have the orange folder, it's only got the red folder. Yeah, so sweet. We'll cool. Gonna give that a thumbs up because that's some interesting price action. We'll leave it there and come back and hopefully have some better price action tomorrow.